I came in 2012, and I always had this feeling like I was never like, super biblically inclined, like I didn't know. I really just wanted someone to tell me about the Bible because I wanted to believe in the Bible, and no one's ever offered me to show me things through the Bible, and the Church of God did. They were the first ones to do so because, my family was pretty much Catholic. So it's like, you don't really, they're not really Bible led in Catholicism. So that's how Church of God got me, was just Bible studies in general. And by showing, right, the end of the world stuff, because I always felt like, ooh, I don't know, like it feels like the world's going to end. So for that being like the first thing that caught me in the beginning, right, my 11, 12 years ago, and for it to be the thing to keep me a little longer at the end was just like crazy too, It was just like, oh, that's right. Like I do feel like this about the world. Like the world feels like it's going to end. So I have to stay because where am I going to get salvation from, So they had that video, and it was around, I would say, August of last year. So that kind of reeled me back in, where I was like, let me stop being crazy. There's nowhere to have salvation. I have to stay in Church of God. Like, like that's how I felt.
Well, let me just point out there, that is exactly why, as you're talking about how they emphasize the end of the world more than other churches. That is exactly why, because it's such a powerful tool to produce this deep-seated fear, where it's they can constantly keep members on their leash. Anytime they start to deviate or wander off, they'll just tug a little bit with that fear that they put in you, and you'll come running right back. And then even members, I think many members, I'm sure, experience even after leaving, and even after realizing that this is all not true, I think it takes some time even still for that fear still has a place inside of you where things will trigger that and probably cause you to ask, oh, wait, well, what if I shouldn't have left? True. What if that was the truth? And because it's just how powerful of a motivator fear can be, and that they just use that to their advantage. And so I'd say that's exactly why, at least probably the primary reason why cults like the WMS are so obsessive about talking about the end of the world, because it just keeps members running back to them.
Yeah, you're always going to have the newscast. You're always going to have, right, this physical proof of it. Like, see, that stuff is happening right now, And like I said, it was one of the things that kind of trapped me for a while longer. And yeah, they use it. They like to say they don't use fear tactics, but that's literally one of them. Like, you have a literal video that you show to your members, and it's like, everyone has to watch this, right? Like, because, we were always, multimedia, we're always like upstairs working on Sabbath, like, in between services. Like, we're always upstairs busy, but there's always these one times that they're like, no, pastor said everyone has to watch this video. So we watched that video like upstairs in our little office, So there are things that it's like, we need every single person to watch this. So that it's like, they need it. It's their tool, that's how they're going to like trap you. And so fear tactics was one way that they got me.